Alright, here is our first example as we're solving systems of equations by graphing. We're given a system. Notice the lines are not in slope-intercept form, so it's not real intuitive to graph it from this form. So the first thing we want to do, let's rearrange these equations. Let's solve for y so we get it into our slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, so it's easier to graph by hand or just enter in our calculator. So let's go ahead and rearrange these equations. So that top equation, let's add that 5x over. So we'd have 3y equals 5x minus 26. Then that one's almost done. Of course, we'll just divide that 3 over to both sides now. And so that equation, I'm going to just write it over here on the side. We have y equals 5/3 x minus 26/3. So there's one of our equations. We've got our first one there in slope-intercept form. Let's go ahead and work with the second one. So for this one, let's go ahead and add that 3x over, kind of like I did with the first one. So negative 2y equals 3x minus 8. And now we'll divide that negative 2 by both sides. And let me rewrite it under here so we can see both equations. So we have y equals negative 3/2 x plus 4. Alright, here are our two equations. Now we're ready to graph them and we want to look where they intersect. So to graph them, I'm going to go ahead and just do that on a calculator. So let me bring in my graphing calculator. And I hope this shows up okay. And so I've also provided a Wabbit emulator where you can graph. It's like a TI-84. You can use Desmos online for free. There's a lot of resources to go and graph if you don't have a calculator, but these TI-84s are sure nice calculators. So let's go graph this. So y equals, and I'll type this in. I'll go ahead and just make them look like fractions, kind of match what we see here. So there's our first equation, our second one. Okay, so I've entered our two equations in. I'm going to push the graph button and we'll see a graph show up. I need to actually adjust my window. I was graphing earlier and my window's kind of messed up, but it's not too big a deal. Okay, so clearly we see an intersection here where they cross. We want to know what that point is. And so let me go ahead and show you how we do that. So if you push second calc right here on the TI-84, so second calc, it's right above the trace button. And we want number 5, our intersect feature. And it's going to come up and ask us, what's the two curves, what are the two functions you want? Well, we've only got two here, so I'm just going to push enter. Second curve, it goes to the other one, and then take a guess. They only cross one place, so I'm just going to push enter again. And it comes up and tells me, it flashes there where they cross, and down at the bottom of the screen, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it says 4, negative 2. So the point 4, negative 2, it says x equals 4, y equals on my calculator, but the point 4, negative 2 is the intersection there that I'm interested in from my calculator.